In this video, I'm going to show how to use R script in Power BI. For this, we are going to make use of sample dataset coronavirus data published in GitHub by Johns Hopkins University. In this video, I will also show how to configure to specific R version in tools R Studio and Power BI. Let's say if you have multiple versions of R installed on your machine, then if you want to point to a right version, I'll show you how to do it in this video. I'll also quickly show a sample visualization in Power BI using our dataset. So in this video, we'll see these 4 items. So for this, we need SQL Server, R services, Power BI Desktop, R Studio. I'll tell one by one what are these. So I have used R services that is installed as part of SQL Server. From SQL Server 2016, Microsoft has integrated R services as part of SQL Server installation. So as you can see here, while installing SQL Server, if you select R services, it will get installed as part of SQL Server installation. So I have already installed SQL Server and R, including R services, and then Power BI Desktop and R Studio are free to download from internet. I have used Feb 2020 release, which is the latest release as on March 8th, and then R Studio. So after installing SQL Server and R services from Management Studio, for the first time we need to execute this command. So what this command will do is, it will enable the external scripts execution. So I've already done it. So after doing this, we also need to see in the services whether Launchpad services is up and running, because for the external scripts to run from, we need these services to be running. So after doing all those initial setups, I'll run this command SQL to print the R version, and also to make sure whether I can run R script from Management Studio. So I have R version 3.5.2, and this also confirms that I'm able to run R script from Management Studio. So now, this is R Studio. So I generally use this tool to install new R packages. So like I said in the beginning of this video, we are going to make use of coronavirus data. So using R, we are going to get the data from GitHub. Okay, first let me show the sample data set. So in GitHub, Johns Hopkins University, they are publishing the coronavirus data on a daily basis. As you can see here, there is a daily reports folder, and they are uploading the latest data every day. So now going back to our studio, first we need to point to the right R version. So to do this, we need to go to Tools, Global, tools global options, and then can you see here R version? If I click on change, so I'm going to point to the R services that got installed as part of my SQL Server installation. So I've selected that. So after doing this, so to get the data from GitHub using R script, we are going to make use of a package called rcurl. So this package will do an HTTP call, and then we are going to read the raw data from GitHub that's in CSV format, and then load this into this dataset called convid.ds. So first what we need to do is we need to run this command to install rcurl package from the global library. So once this is done, like I said, this script, we need to embed this in Power BI. Now going to the Power BI desktop tool. So this is the sample visualization I have created using the R script. I'll show you from the beginning. Let me copy this code. Now, if you see here, there is an option called Get Data. We need to click this, and then Other. Here you have an option called R script. So now, like I said, we need to point to the right R version. As you can see here, by default, Power BI has provided a path, but in my case, this is not the path. Okay, as mentioned here, to change the default path, you need to go to Options Settings. Let us do that first. So from File, Options Settings, Options. So as you can see here, under R scripting, we need to change the directory. Okay, so now how can we find this path where we have our R services? So now going back to Management Studio, if I run this command, SQL command, okay, so from like I said, I generally use RStudio to install new packages. So I've already done this. So if you see here, I mean this, what this command will do is it will list all the packages installed. So as part of default installation, you will get few packages. If you don't find the package that you need, then you need to install like this. So I use RStudio. So this command listed as all the packages. So we have curl package, which is needed to do an HTTP call. So in our case, we are going to get the raw CSV data from GitHub. So we have curl, and this also tells us the default path where we have our services installed as part of SQL Server. So now going back to the Power BI, so we need to browse to that path. So I've already done this. So now after doing this again, we'll get so we'll connect to our script. And now if I copy paste the piece of code from our studio, so I'm just loading the R curl package. So I've already installed, I'm just loading it here. And then what these two lines are doing is, since in with coronavirus related data, as we are getting data on a daily basis, or say today is 8th of March, and they have uploaded March 7th data. So in the code, I'm just getting the today's date and subtracting -1. So this way we can dynamically get the daily data feed. So I'm just forming the URL by tweaking the date and then passing this to our curl, and then I'm reading the CSV file and then loading into a dataset called convit.ds. So now if we click on OK, so it has successfully pulled the data. As you can see here, we have country, confirmed cases, deaths, recovered, latitude, longitude, so all those details. And now we'll load this into our Power BI model. So it has loaded, and these are the fields in the dataset. So we can also quickly create a sample visualization using the dataset like I showed here. So to do that, we can make use of any of the map visualization here. So let me use the map visualization. So now here we can give either the location details, or if we have latitude and longitude information, we can pass that. So in our case, since we have latitude and longitude information, let's pass that. And then for the size, we will give the number of deaths. So now we have the map visualization. So we can also do some more things like, so let's drag and drop the multi-row card. Here what we can do is we can add number of deaths, number of confirmed cases, and number of recovered cases. So this way we can make use of the multi-row card visualization. And so on my report I have done one more thing, like, so the report as on date. So for this I've created a measure. So how can we create a measure here? So now I'm going to make use of the last update date. So where what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the max of last update date field. And then let me do a left of 10. So we have created a measure. Let me rename it to report as on date. So after doing this, let us put this information on a card. So there you go. So we have the information now. We can also add a filter. As you can see here, there is a filter on this page and filter on all these pages. So in our case, since we have only one page, we can add country filter here. And if we filter on the country, say if we filter on UK, so it shows only the UK data. So from, as you can see in my old report which I created on March 6th, so actually the data is not refreshed. So to refresh the data, you just need to click on the refresh button here. So as you can see, the date and the data got refreshed. So if I clear my selections, it shows March 7th data. Similarly, you can publish this model to report server and you can schedule to refresh the data. And you also need Power BI Gateway. You can read about Power BI Gateway and how to publish to report server on the Power BI documentation. So we saw how to use R script in Power BI, and we saw how to configure to specific R version in R Studio on Power BI and sample visualization. If you have any questions or clarifications, please mention in the comment, and please subscribe to my All About MS SQL YouTube channel, or you can visit this site. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe.